My brother Wesley had one bizarre rule that eventually forced me to choose between my family and my future. When Wesley was 15, he announced that using direct pronouns like you was disrespectful and too personal. From that day on, everyone in our family had to refer to him in the third person. Instead of saying, "Did you finish your homework?" we had to say, "Did Wesley finish Wesley's homework?" My parents told me to just go along with it, but the rule kept getting worse. Soon, we couldn't say you, your, or even he. Every reference had to use Wesley's name. If someone made a mistake, Wesley would explode. Once I accidentally asked, "Can you turn down the TV?" Wesley snapped my headphones in half as punishment. My parents always defended him. They even made me practice sentences before dinner so I wouldn't accidentally use the wrong pronoun. Eventually, friends stopped coming to our house because Wesley would lecture them for hours if they spoke normally. Then, when I was 23, I met Dominic at work. He was funny, kind, and came from a completely normal family. His parents joked with each other, laughed during dinner, and talked like ordinary people. Being around them felt like I could finally breathe. Dominic and I dated for 2 years before his parents wanted to meet my family. I kept making excuses because I was terrified of what would happen. Finally, I told Dominic about Wesley's rule. He stared at me and said, "That's not normal. You know that, right?" I admitted that I knew. Still, Dominic promised we would face it together. The dinner started peacefully. Everyone was polite, and for about 15 minutes, everything seemed normal. Then Dominic's mother smiled at Wesley and asked, "So Wesley, how do you like your job? Dominic mentioned you work in IT." Wesley immediately became angry. He told her that the word "you" was forbidden and demanded that she rephrase the question using his name. Everyone became uncomfortable. Dominic's parents tried to cooperate, but a few minutes later, his mother accidentally said, "You again." Wesley slammed his hand on the table and started screaming. My mother immediately defended him, telling everyone to simply use his name. Then Dominic's father stood up. He calmly said, "This isn't healthy. You've allowed this to go on for far too long. Wesley needs help. Not everyone constantly changing their lives around him." Wesley began screaming that they were attacking him with their pronouns. My mother tried to calm him down while giving me angry looks, as if the entire situation were somehow my fault. Then Dominic's mother reached across the table, took my hand, and looked directly into my eyes. She said, "Sweetheart, you don't have to live like this." That was the moment everything became clear. I looked at my parents. They weren't looking at me. They were completely focused on Wesley, just like they always had been. Then I looked at Dominic. He nodded. I stood up and said, "You're right. I don't have to live like this." I walked out of the house with Dominic and his parents. My family was screaming behind me, but this time I didn't turn around. That was 3 years ago. Today, I'm married to Dominic. And leaving that house was the hardest decision I ever made. But it was also the moment I finally chose my own future.